You said bell peppers and beef.
His name's Asimov Solensen. Are you listening to me?
There's no beef in here. So you wouldn't really call it bell peppers and beef now, would you?
Yes, I would.
Well, it's not!
It is when you're broke.
Okay, well, this song was during a time where Ronson and I were going through a bunch of just crappy events in college, and so the song, as we were just saying earlier, is very on the nose about who this is directed to.
So Cody and I wrote Don't Let Me Down. It was probably like one of the worst years of Cody and I's kind of life when we were in college. What Don't Let Me Down is coming out of, so many of our songs come out of wrestling with incredibly difficult times or even depression of friends or just really close people in our life, and how to wrestle with that when it comes to the way we live our lives and it intertwines with our faith. We were in a tough spot. I remember we were thinking about quitting the band. It was our fourth song where we weren't even that far into it. It's our fourth song we wrote together, Cody and I.
And so the message of this song is basically saying, God, please don't give up on me. Please don't let me fail during these hard times. Can you please not let me down?
And so Don't Let Me Down comes out of that place of we were just really struggling. We wanted to be done, but that phrase, just don't let me down, was the only thing that we could really like come up with, because that was the only thing that we had left. We didn't have any like idea or like anything that we were asking for or looking for. We were just like, don't let me down. That's it, because we're feeling pretty let down. So
that's really it. It's very simple. There's not a lot of lyrics to the song, and that's probably why people are able to sing to it so easily, because it's so simple and catchy and easy to follow.
that's what that song's about.
This song was on our EP, obviously, and has been played by maybe 2 or 3 different drummers, I think. And every drummer made it sound different, which I thought was really cool. I think the drummer you have really determines how good your band is. So shout out to Isaac for being a really awesome drummer.
Taking a bigger step back, I was not the original drummer for the band. I joined later on down the road, so I don't have as deep of an emotional attachment to the songs as the rest of the guys do, but I still love them a lot. And Don't Let Me Down is no exception. I think it's a pop banger. I think that it's like structurally our best song and like the catchiest probably as well. I don't really know what the writing process was like for them, but for me, coming into a band that I wasn't originally a part of, in regard to the writing process, I was already given the song, so like most of it was already done. I changed maybe a couple things, but I think the song was so good when it was given to me that I didn't need to change much, so I didn't.
I feel like not only did he make it more powerful, but it just grooves better. I think it fits in a pocket that's unique to us, but is really easy to sit into. I think it's the best it's ever been.
I remember we were in the townhouses and we were living on campus, and Cody was like really beating himself up too, and I was like, let's just write something, let's just have fun with something. We wrote that chord progression, the I was like, this is a cool progression.
For this song, I was wanting more of a powerful, dramatic feel to it. I wanted more minor progressions. The beginning part of the song, it sounds happy. It's in a major setting. Ronson really liked how that went, and he liked that it meshed into us going into the minor setting, and I was like, okay, well, let's see how this works. And this song has taken so many twists and turns. Like, even as we thought we had this all together and brought it to the studio, it got changed so much. Things that just created too much dead space of no vocals, they were just cut out completely. We didn't get it at first. We were like, why are you doing that? We get it now. Like, it it made it feel like it's not dragging ever. They really helped us just create this song in a manner that it's still really catchy, but you're never feeling bored at any moment. It just keeps going and going and going.
Don't Let Me Down is definitely one of those songs that is probably one of the most straightforward songs. It's got that kind of pop classic structure-wise, like it's predictable, but it's fantastic. Like it's really, really just catchy. Writing catchy music is really fun. Like I think people give a lot of flack to just, catchy pop tunes, but they're a good time and we should always have some.
Basically, up until the point where I was recording the rhythm for this song, I thought I knew what I was doing for it. And then after the drums and the bass and Ronson was recorded for it, they were like, oh, like everything's not meshing. You guys are not together on the downbeat. It just sounds like a big wash. I was just like, but this is my part. What am I supposed to do? And they're like, well, Isaac's gone now and he already recorded the drums, so you're gonna have to play your chords to a new strumming pattern that fits the downbeat of what he's doing. And it was very hard for me to accept that, but it's not that I don't think it sounds good. I just wasn't used to it. So this song has just evolved so much, even when it was already almost done recording.
In the studio, when we changed things up, it was really funny. Mark, or John, who's the vocal producer, he's talking to me, I'm doing the guitar stuff, he's like, Ronson, do you want to like sing or like scream on this part? I was like, I've never screamed before. And he was like, nah, you can do it. And I went in and I like actually did the scream parts underneath, and I did that for like all the songs, and Mark was like, whoa, you're like a natural screamer. And I was like, I am a natural screamer, and that's really... Didn't know I was so good at screaming. So the rest of that week, I was very eager. I was like, any part, like harmony screams or in the background, anything I could add on, I was like, let me do it. I have screams all over the album now in hidden places, and that was probably one of the most fun things I did in the studio.
Shout out Ronson for the greatly titled My Chem scream at the end of the bridge, because that part is sick, and that was like a last minute thing we did like as we were walking out the door of the studio. So cool. I added in the beginning the first verse and the second verse. There wasn't like a clap thing with the tambourine like there is now. I guess I could say I added that. Like a clap thing. It just gives it more structure and makes it easier to follow, more bouncier and catchy. I think for this... Oh, I remember recording this song, I broke the only stick the entire week at Radon while recording this song. I think I have a clip of it somewhere. If I could find it, I'll throw it in here. The only stick that I broke was during this song. And I was so mad. I took the broken stick and I threw it across the room, and I almost hit one of the microphones, and I like cowered. I was like, oh! It was funny.
I'd say Don't Let Me Down was around the time where I was really getting into the whammy bar. I mean, I used the whammy bar a lot, but I was like getting into the whammy bar flick, and the half the solo was and the whammy bar flick thing was like the entire solo. So I was just having a lot of fun with that one, and I think it was, I stand by it. I think it's a good solo. I like it a lot.
I guess you could say it's hopeful. Maybe not hopeful, but more of like a longing, or just like someone crying out for help, wanting like something bigger than them to attach themselves to. For me, I guess if I were to apply that message to myself, it would be specifically music. It saved me a lot in the past year, and it's given me a real drive for life. Essentially, I think it's my purpose, and I just want to keep doing it, and I'm really happy that I could be a part of this whole project that is Stained Glass City with my friends. The fact that I am able to express myself and to have had it recorded onto a great record that was backed by so many, it was that thing I was able to reach out to and like know that I can have a foundation in it, and like that I'm supported by so many people, including friends, family, and the band.
Any final remarks?
Nope.
Nothing?
Don't Let Me Down is a good song. It's not my favorite song. It's never been my favorite song. Don't put that in there. So I don't have any final remarks, guys. I think Don't Let Me Down has grown from my least favorite to middle of the pack. And I think that's pretty awesome for Don't Let Me Down.
There's someone out there looking down at you and looking out for you.
But other than that, that's Don't Let Me Down. And Oh! 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 Woo! All right.